we want somebody to blame, right? Like, Mac Miller is, I'm sure, people's faves in some way. Kanye was a fave for me. And I don't want to believe that he's turned into this terrible person. Ariana Grande and Mac Miller broke up.
Yes.
I don't know how to feel about it. Like, should I care?
I don't think you should care, because I think regardless of their celebrity, they're just two folks dating,
right.
You know, if, you know, it's like we idolize these people, we say love is dead, and, you know.
And, like, they were very amicable about it. Like, they just came out and they're like, you know, it's chill, like, we're still, like, friends.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's healthy.
There was no hot gossip?
No, it was actually very nice and very respectful, and...
Wait, so, like, why are people upset with Ariana then?
Okay, so they announced the split, and, you know, who knows when it really happened, but they announced it, and then about a week or so after that, he was reportedly arrested for driving under the influence and a hit and run. And so people online were saying that the breakup caused it, therefore Ariana caused it. And she clapped back at one specific tweeter and said that it's basically shaming and blaming women, and she said it's a very big problem and it has to stop because he's parsing through his own issues. She called it a toxic relationship, and saying that, you know, she shouldn't be blamed for leaving that situation, which is totally true. She's right. Like, it's not her fault.
Right.
He's responsible for his own actions, regardless of what's happening in his personal life.
Yeah.
And it was actually pretty great because after she responded, the guy also responded and apologized, and then she accepted his apology.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you look at his Twitter now, like, there's like, he's like tweeting about how the patriarchy teaches men to like think like this,
Like
and,
internalized misogyny, and like he doesn't even know that he's being misogynistic,
Yeah.
and now he's rethinking that, and it's like,
This is bringing me to that Tyra moment where she was like, learn something from this.
but nobody got eliminated. But no, it's great just to see that like this conversation went somewhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think just Ariana is just a great example, and she just is always just like showing how to be a great role model. You know, I think she just handled the Manchester tragedy so well.
Yeah, she did.
And then also just like between that and then also just like teaching young women that they shouldn't be held accountable for their partner's actions.
Yeah, like, I definitely agree in this circumstance, but I can't lie, like, I still feel like the Kardashians in some way, like Kim in particular with this Kanye situation, a part of me, like, is, I don't want to say blaming her, but, like, I think that it would be a lot different if he was dating someone different.
right, but there's a difference between blaming someone who left a situation and saying that it's their fault, and saying that maybe, because Kim is sticking up for Kanye, she is going on Twitter, going in public and defending all of the crap that he's saying, which is outrageous, whereas Ariana left this situation and
but
is
that's
saying,
why I am blaming her
need
for Kanye's actions, because, like, you're enabling him. Like, unfortunately, as women, we have to sometimes be like the sounding board and the logic in the relationship, because guys get to do whatever they want sometimes. And I just feel like, had he been dating someone more grounded, the Donald Trump tweets wouldn't have even left his drafts, you know?
I mean, that's just speculation. You don't know that for sure.
That's true.
And I just think yes, we can critique women who then support, or just people in general who support their partners when it comes to them doing like problematic stuff. But I think it's a little bit more helpful to look at like why we as a society, why we hold them accountable for their partner's actions.
I think that we want somebody to blame, right? Like, Mac Miller is, I'm sure, people's faves in some way. Kanye was a fave for me. And I don't want to believe that he's turned into this terrible person.
Well, I also don't think it... Okay, so Kanye, sure, but I don't think Mac Miller is a terrible person for, you know, whatever he's going through. He made a mistake, for sure. But it's also, historically, women have been blamed for the actions of men, and it's a super heteronormative thing to do, and I think that we can't look for the woman in every relationship, you know, because there are so many different types of relationships. But also your point of, like, women as a sounding board, that's a societal role, and not necessarily the role that women want to or should have to play.
Facts. All right, I know you guys have to go, but I'm about to continue this conversation on Twitter because it is still very spicy for me. I'm very conflicted.
I'll at you.
At me, bro. All right, I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.